Yeah, I'm staying on this end. That end is hot, spicy.
What's up, everybody? My name is John Nava from the beautiful Houston, Texas. Welcome to the Houston Spiciest, the talk show where we eat the wings and we ask the questions. And oh yeah, they're pretty spicy. I am joined here by the mayor of the greatest city on the planet, the Honorable Mayor Sylvester Turner. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, John. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good,
So
good.
you ready to eat some wings?
I'm ready to eat. You said they're a little spicy too, so I'm good. I am good.
All right. So the way this works, we're gonna eat a wing, and then following that wing, I'll ask you a question.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm set.
Let's do this.
And I hadn't eaten either, so. Not that spicy.
It's very mild, just a little bit. In your inaugural speech, you mentioned that your mother was a maid at the Rice Hotel, and is very well known, alongside your father raising 9 sons and daughters.
Right.
Especially your mother. What are some teachings that she passed down to you and your siblings that you still teach today?
You know, my dad died early, and my mom was maid at the Rice Hotel downtown, rearing 9 kids, by herself, and wasn't easy, but she managed well, and we would go to her and ask her for certain things, like for example, I was taking the head cheerleader to the prom, and so I went to her and said, look, I'm taking, Kathy, the head cheerleader, to the prom, and I need a car.
Right.
And she said, did you see a car in the driveway? Because we didn't have a car. So I said, no, but we could rent one. She said, you know anybody here that got a credit card?
Yeah.
And so she said that, and I went on and on. But then she said, son, let me just say this to you. Things are hard now, but tomorrow will be better than today.
Right.
Just stay focused. Tomorrow will be better. I've carried that with me all of my life.
Yeah.
No matter how tough things get, my mom said, tomorrow will be better than today.
That's amazing.
And so that's one key gem that has served me very, very well. She also said, stay focused. Don't lose track. Okay. And then another thing she said was that life is not fair, because we would go across town. I grew up in the hood.
Right. Acres Home.
Acres Home, North Side Fofo. And so I would go across town and it seemed like their streets were better, the houses were bigger, and da-da-da-da. And it just seemed so unfair.
Right.
And then my mom would say to us, life is unfair, but you have to learn how to navigate through it.
Exactly.
Okay? And she would say, son, in school you'll learn 2 + 2 = 4. In life, it may not be that way. Okay? But you can't get mad and throw in the towel. She would say, life is unfair, but you have to learn how to navigate through it. And I've carried that. So the 2 things that have stood out, stayed with me from my mom, tomorrow will be better than today. Life is unfair, but you have to learn how to navigate through it.
Amazing. Great words of wisdom.
Yeah, man. And look, this is coming from someone who did not graduate from high school, never learned how to drive.
Right.
But she successfully reared 9 kids, and one of those 9 happened to be the mayor.
Exactly. She did something right.
Yeah.
So you stated in your inaugural speech also that you believe no problem in Houston can be solved alone. Now, how do you think that we should come together as a community, Houston being such a diverse place, to solve problems? How should we come together?
Our diversity is our strength. It's an asset, not a liability. Okay. Case in point, Hurricane Harvey, 2 years ago. A lot of rain fell. A lot of people were displaced or needed help. The city came together like never before. People rallied. We had 10,000 plus people, our neighbors at the shelter at the George R. Brown Convention Center. We had Muslims that were preparing food down there helping out. We had people from the Latino community. I'll never forget there was a bakery. They just baked bread all night long and distributed it. It was that diversity that came together that helped lift us up. And I marvel at how people came together, and I said, if we could harness this for the next 25, 50 years, we are the most diverse city.
And with that, we'll move on to the next question. Now, with popular artists and leaders such as Travis Scott, Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, all of them being natives from Houston, what do you think this does for Houston in terms of its popularity, its population, and all of that?
It helps to put us on the map. It showcases our city. Look, for a lot of people outside of the state of Texas, you say Houston, they think, cow boots, cow hat, horses, all well in your backyard, front yard, that type of stuff.
Right.
But they don't realize that Houston, we're a little bit country and a little bit chic all at the same time.
Of course.
Okay. There are times we can have a cowboy hat and boots on and everything like that. But at the same time, we do have Travis Scott and Trader Truth and Pow Wow and all these other entertainers that are in our city. So they showcase our city. They showcase the talent of our city, the diversity of our city. And they are our ambassadors because people come to meet our city in large part through them. And that's the beauty of them. So I appreciate them. And as mayor, I've had more rappers downtown visiting with me, sitting around the table, contributing, giving back to the community. Our sports athletes have been very, very supportive. I'll give a shout out to James Harden, been terrific. DeAndre Hopkins, been terrific.
Yeah.
Deshaun, been terrific. J.J. Watts, Correa. All of those individuals have really stepped up in a major way. The Dynamo Dash, the women's soccer team, Haley has been terrific, leading my mayor's commission against gun violence. So all of these celebrities, entertainers, athletes, you name it, as they go about the country and even throughout the world, they lift up the city of Houston. And I want to give them a shout out and say thank you.
You have to. Yeah, that's awesome. And speaking of Travis Scott, you actually got to visit him when he was on stage,
man.
One of the concerts, and you presented it to him the
Key to
the city.
Key to the city.
You a key to the city of Houston.
How was that like, first of all?
Number one, it was electric. He told me to be there at 8:30.
Right. Okay.
He didn't get his butt there at 8:30. He didn't get there till 9:30. And
he's a rock star.
Yeah, and then I was presenting him the key, but he said he wanted me to give it to him on the stage. And before we even went out on the stage, we had a conversation, and he was telling me about. In fact, I didn't know he was going to put that in that Netflix deal.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking, and he was disappointed that he hadn't gotten a Grammy, and we were just having a conversation. And I was telling him, hey, look, man, I ran for mayor 3 times, lost the first 2.
Yeah.
Okay. But you keep moving, you keep going forward, you keep making it happen. What I did say to him is that when I'm able to bring a theme park back to the city of Houston, that will be your Grammy. Yes, because his album Astroworld really brought it back alive again. And then when I made mention of that on the stage about looking forward to bringing back a theme park, hell man, that was 350 hits overnight. It just blew up.
Yeah.
And because of that, investors started calling, saying they were interested, and we have some investors right now that are really taking a look at the city, doing their due diligence, because we're one of the few large urban cities without a theme park in our city.
Or a major attraction, like a tourist attraction.
Right, major, the most diverse, the 4th largest city. So we're working on it, but not just any sort of theme park, something that's uniquely Houston.
Distinctively Houston.
Yeah,
I love when you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, not just any, not just a regular theme park, but something that's distinctively, uniquely Houston.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've talked to Travis since that concert because he's expressed interest in and even wanted to be a part of it. So we're gonna work to make that happen. You know, but we want something that people will embrace and be proud of, and something that people say, wow. I'm looking for that wow factor.
Yeah.
You know, something, hey, let's leave Dallas and Austin and New York and LA and Singapore and Turkey, whatever, and let's go and check out Houston. That's something that millennials will be proud, family members will be proud, and take a great deal of interest in. So that's what we're looking for. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah.
Moving on to the next one. You're all about making Houston the greatest city on the planet with initiatives such as complete communities and various park initiatives. What inspired you to call those changes of action for our city?
You know, when I became mayor, in my inaugural speech on January 4th, 2016, I said that I didn't want to be the mayor of two cities in one. Cities of have and have-nots. Okay, this is a great city. There are a lot of people who are doing well. There are some fantastic neighborhoods. But at the same time, there are communities that have been overlooked for decades. Right. Communities of color, low-income communities. I grew up in the hood. I still live in the hood. So there are a lot of needs in those communities. And I want, as mayor of city, I want every community, every neighborhood to be a neighborhood of promise, opportunity, inspiration. That you don't have to leave your neighborhood to go someplace else. If you grew up in First Ward, Second Ward, Third Ward, Fourth, Fifth, or Sixth, or in Denver Harbor, or in the East End, Magnolia Place, Manchester, Sunnyside, Fifth Ward, the Nickel, Third Ward, the Trey, Acres Home, the Fofo, Fort Bend, wherever you grow up, or have grown up, that's a neighborhood that has the same degree of the quality of life is good, quality grocery stores. Because there are a lot of neighborhoods, even in Houston, where there are food deserts. You can't tell people to eat healthy if they don't have healthy options to choose from.
Exactly.
So parks, green space, quality parks, not just a park with a name on it. A name, you don't have, I started to say something, but I'm being taped, but crap, but quality neighborhood parks. That's how I define a complete community. That, and that where you're holding on to your history, the culture, the personality, you're not changing that, but you're providing the improvements, okay? And a community where we're providing the quality of services that say to every person, every family, every child, you're important and you matter, okay? And you're appreciated, and we are investing in you. I think that's when the entire city benefits, is that when we lift up every community, every neighborhood, and provide opportunities for everyone in our city. That's complete. And then when you have complete communities, you then will have a complete city. So my goal is to have one city, not two cities in one, but one city, such that wherever you go in the 640 square miles, you see promise, hope, opportunity, talent, and we're lifting everybody up in a city where we leave nobody behind.
Awesome. All right, so we're nearing the end here.
We're nearing the end. I better grab me another piece before. I don't intend to leave anything for you and your friends.
So, last of all, Sylvester Turner. What makes you the most proud to be the mayor of Houston?
I'll use an example from the other day. I was speaking at an event, and this 10-year-old, she was an African American in the 5th grade, and she came up. She was with two other of her friends, and when she came up, she had her hair like this. She said, "You're the mayor." I said, "Yeah, I'm the mayor." And she said, "I want to be mayor when I grow up." That made my day. If I encourage, motivate, inspire those coming behind me to step forward and participate in public service, or to go higher, to dream bigger, it's all worthwhile. It's not so much about filling a pothole, we need to fill them. It's not so much about balancing the budget, we need to get the budget balanced. But a key part of my service is to be able to motivate others to come into the pipeline, to step in the shoes of people like me, and to take the city further than I will ever take it. If I motivate other people to be involved, to be engaged, to feel empowered, to claim their rightful position, then I'm good. Because there will come a point in time, sooner rather than later, where I'm going to take the exit off the interstate. That's the way life is. You do your part. I need to do my part. But at some point, others who are coming behind me, they come around and they move on. My job is to to pave the way, like others in front of me did. That's the way life is. You do your part. I need to do my part. But at some point, others who are coming behind me, they come around and they move on. My job is to pave the way, like others in front of me did, and then I need to get out of the way. And you got to trust that the next generation will take the city way further, way beyond what I was able to do. And I trust this next generation. I believe in it, and just like my mom and my dad believed in their kids, I'm believing in those who are coming behind us. We're in good hands. We're in good shape.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor Turner.
Thank
that was
you.
a great metaphor, by the way. Just like
hey, man. Hey, you hang around, Travis Scott and Paul Wall. They give you, even in their music, they got good metaphors. I'm just a rapper. I just decided not to go that route. In time.
Right, lawyers that was your thing.
Yeah. And I enjoy. We all have you find your purpose. Mm-hmm. I tell people, find your purpose. Once you find your purpose, then you live your life. Stay true to your purpose. Stay in your lane, run your race. Everything will be cool.
Awesome. Well, I was gonna say if you want to say anything else, but I think that was.
Hey man, look. I appreciate the lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And all the best.
This has been Houston's Spiciest, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Thank you so much. Hope you like the wings.
I did. That's spicy though. I tell you.
And then we could take the